Does your tree look similar to this one here? A lack of leaves, color, a lot of dead branches, and an overall look that maybe it's on the way out. You know something's wrong and you need to fix it, but the right solution isn't always the most expensive or labor intensive. Let's discuss how you ensure you take the right course of action and don't waste time and money on the wrong ones. We were called in on this parking lot, which had over half the trees looking like they were dying. If you have a bad-looking tree, don't assume it's dead or dying, which I see all the time, even in professionals. Try to figure out what's wrong with it and try to confirm that there is some life in it. If you can see some green leaves on it, it's alive. You can try scraping the trunk and branches and even cutting off branches, and you can tell when you cut them off if they have green in them. And if you see any signs of life, there's a very good chance we can revive that tree. So if you confirm that it's not dead, don't just remove it as your first solution. At the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, there was a declining tree, and 2 arborists recommended to the zoo to remove the tree and start over. My suggestion was, let's try to figure out why it's declining and reverse the declination of the tree, and most likely, I had confidence we could save it. We shouldn't automatically just start removing them and starting over. We should try to determine what's wrong and how we can reverse those problems. And if we can't determine exactly what's wrong, although I'll give you some hints about how to do that, this solution that we're going to use, if you stay tuned, works on many problems with trees, many problems with mature trees that are declining. Removal isn't the only expensive overreaction. You can also waste a lot of time and money if you immediately commit to an extensive treatment plan. My friend, who's an accomplished arborist, indicated he had run into this problem quite a few times in sites like this, big asphalt parking lots with trees that are starting to mature, probably planted without a lot of good preparation or a lot of good care. What he indicated his experience was they were usually planted in poor soil and without good exchange of air and water. And the surrounding asphalt and heat caused problems for the trees. He recommended trying to figure out ways to get extra air and water and a little nitrogen. And his response to this condition at some other sites was he jackhammered out the soil in his planters, then replaced with a mix of native soil, organic matter, and sand. So trying to improve the soil right around the tree, which is really difficult to do in little planters like this. There's a lot of roots and not much soil, which could also be part of the problem. And he's saying that it helped dramatically. Those are expensive, difficult, labor-intensive solutions that I wanted to try to avoid. What should you actually do first? The real problem is the environment the tree is in. One of the easiest ways to improve soil like this and to improve the exchange of air and water and make a more fertile soil that'll support healthy tree growth, which is what we're after, the traditional way would be improve the soil with compost. And instead of compost, we proposed a much more convenient, less expensive approach, which is concentrated compost. And to apply that concentrated compost 1 time a month for 6 applications, and then utilize the rain to break it down slowly and make a difference in how the trees perform the following year. So we focused our treatments on about 18 trees, and there's 30 in the parking lot here. We marked with yellow flags all the ones we treated. So it didn't make sense to do all kinds of physical, expensive work if there's natural products that can fix the problem. We proceeded to do 6 applications of our John and Bob's products, 1 a month, through what we have of a rainy season. We used 4 John and Bob's products. They all are focused on building life in the soil and making a soil rich with microbiology. Optimize, maximize, Nourish Biosol. Since we use this on almost every project we do because of its ability to build healthy soil quickly and easily and conveniently, is we mixed all those three together, and we do sell that online called Blend. We put about 6 to 10 cups in the root zone as much as we could. We couldn't go all the way out to the edge of the canopy at every tree that was declining. And then we came with a backpack sprayer full of 4 gallons of water and 32 ounces of our Penetrate liquid biotiller, which is made up of beneficial bacteria. It helps immediately with the exchange of air and water and percolation rates. And it's also gonna start to help to break down the dry ingredients, and it's going to immediately do some soil penetration because of the saponin in it. And then on the long term, do more opening up of the soil because it's an integral part of building beneficial soil life. Because Chip and I are so excited about the results that we achieved here, we are running a short summer sale to help you achieve the same results for a smaller price. From today, 22nd of July, to the 29th, you'll get 10% off both Penetrate and Blend. Click the top link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. We'd really love to see your results using them on your trees or on your lawns, vegetables, shrubs, flowers, everything that grows in your garden. Look at how good these trees look. It's really pretty amazing. You know, I was pretty sure this was gonna work, but I am extremely impressed with how well it worked. So as you can see, these really aren't good conditions for growing trees. All this asphalt, where you do have soil, you have such little soil, and you have these roots that need to spread out. They need all the help they can get to make what soil there is as healthy as possible. But I think we're proving you can grow trees in bad conditions if you infuse that soil with life, make that soil as healthy as possible, and also make it permeable, make it exchange air and water effectively. Choosing the right tree from the beginning can save you years of maintenance, damage, and frustration. Watch the video on your screen next to discover 5 trees Chip and I think you should plant and 5 trees we think you should avoid.